This affects everyone in BC and particularly everyone in Chilliwack North. This includes the families living on Fairfield Island. This includes the farming communities out in Rosedale and Greendale, and some of the most vulnerable people that live in downtown Chilliwack as well. The cost of living is becoming insurmountable at the moment. People aren't able to afford to buy a home. So that Canadian dream of owning your own home one day is lost on the current generation. People are giving up hope of ever owning a house. And add to that as well, because cost of owning a house is going up, cost of rent is going up. So people are now having to make these really difficult decisions. Do I pay for rent this month to keep a roof over my head, or do I pay for food this month so I can feed my children? That's a decision no one should ever have to make. People should be able to afford a place to live that is safe and afford to put the food on their table. David Eby and the NDP are making this affordability crisis even worse. They've raised the carbon tax. So the carbon tax, yes, it was started by the BC Liberal government back in 2008, but it was started at $5 a ton and it was revenue neutral. The NDP have raised it significantly to the point where it costs you more to pay carbon tax than it does to pay for the gas, for your gas bill, to heat your home. And they have plans to keep rising, and that's going to make our cost of living go up even higher. Plus, we have the provincial fuel tax, which adds 15 cents a liter onto every liter of gas you put in your car. That makes filling up your minivan, that's going to be an extra $18 to $20 just on every fill, just to fill your tank of gas up so you can get your kids to and from school and get yourself to and from work. This is the David Eby NDP government vision to try and fix the environment, but it's not actually fixing anything. It's just making it more unaffordable to live. What we're going to do as the Team Falcon and BC United Party, and what I'm going to advocate for Chilliwack North, is we're going to get rid of the provincial fuel tax. That's going to be gone. So that's going to be 15 cents a liter off of your fuel straight away. We're going to get rid of the carbon tax on home heating oil. And yes, we'd love to get rid of the carbon tax completely. One of the biggest problems, though, is there's a federal carbon tax. And if we get rid of the provincial carbon tax, the federal carbon tax takes over, and then we lose all control over that. We're then subject to the will of the federal government. Whereas if we get rid of as much as we can, but keep control of it, as soon as the federal government gets rid of the carbon tax, we will get rid of the BC carbon tax. That's what we've said that all along. We will get rid of it as soon as we can. On the housing affordability side of things as well, we want people to be able to own homes. So we're going to start a rent-to-buy program that's going to allow people that are already putting $2,000 a month at least into rent, that money is going to be able to go towards actually purchasing that home. So we can get that Canadian dream of owning your own home back. We're also going to look at long-term leases of Crown land that it's going to be leased to developers at a really low cost, with the understanding that they're going to have to provide housing at below market rents. So that's going to actually increase the availability of housing for people that are on lower incomes, the more vulnerable people in our communities. We're going to be able to make sure that we actually provide housing for people that need it.